Hello everyone, my name is Diab Logan. I'm the co-founder of Solayo.com. What does Solayo do? Well, Solayo allows you to search, play and collect online videos and audios in one place with a social interest network. So before I actually start demonstrating Solayo, which is still a web app at the moment, so we're not available on tablets or mobile yet. I would like to ask you a couple of questions, and if that question relates to you, just raise your hand up. How many of you here have actually, do use YouTube to listen to music or watch videos? And amongst you, how many of you here have actually created a playlist on YouTube? How many of you here, use that playlist regularly, once a week? There's a reason why I'm asking these questions. It relates to some of what we're trying to do. So what does Solayo do? First of all, you will see from the top that there's different source providers. So the first thing Solayo do is give you the ability to search from different source providers in the same place. For example, right now, I'm going to type Oasis, Wonderwall. And what you're going to get is the results from different, from SoundCloud, Dailymotion, YouTube. And you can scroll down and find music that you may like. As you can see, basically, this is a song from from SoundCloud. What you get on SoundCloud, you don't necessarily get on YouTube. So they're just kind of condensing that and giving you that information straight away. You can search for all that content. One of my favorite artists, Michael Jackson, rest in peace, man. And you get Michael Jackson. Again, you get from different source providers, YouTube, SoundCloud, Dailymotion. And if you basically want to search from YouTube, you can go and just start, we're giving options to basically search for one. There's a tool called Up Next. Imagine you have 5 different albums, right? And you basically want to listen to different songs from each album. So that gives you this ability to listen to different content. You have the opportunity to create an impromptu, temporary playlist, right? From different folders that you have in on your folders or your place, whatever you want to call it. Also, if you go to the media page, the media page shows you people. The media page is very important to us. You have to bear in mind that we're still a minimal viable product. And you see people who have this content within their profile page, like post, me and oxygen accelerators and blah, blah, blah. But our next update in a couple of weeks is going to basically revitalize this. You'll be able to find people who comment on your feeds, on people liking your feed and stuff like that. But that's not a thing that Solayo wants to do. Remember, we want to connect you with people who share the same interests as you. So sorry for blabbing that much, but I appreciate you guys giving me feedback. But I hope you like it. Check it out, Solayo.com. Thank you. Voila.
Hi.
Hey.
Like you say, it's an MVP, but what this reminds me of is early days of MySpace, right? And it's quite white and it's quite plain. If you allow people to customize it themselves, upload their own background, send messages, basically you've got something similar to an early days MySpace clone, where in the early days of MySpace, the big thing was seeing the activity wall, what you do and stuff, and also having a few songs that you like, you can choose that you can publicize.
Idea of MySpace, first of, how am I going to answer that question? First of all, we're not allowing people to change their background. Obviously, for the profile page, you can change, the aspect. We're not allowing you to basically, mess around with the HTML coding for your background. But in terms of the music aspect, MySpace only allows you to have a couple of songs on the side, right? These days, we're not changing any element. We're not changing any, we don't want to change your user behavior. We want you to basically enhance how you use available online source providers and make it better for you. For a place to actually where you can own your online videos and audio. So, comparison to MySpace, I can see.
Your risk is if you take something that people can already do, you just make it a little bit better, they're not likely to move to you just because you're making it a little bit better.
And that's why we want to have the interest.
You want to come in and smash something new, get people to gravitate towards it because they're new.
So your suggestion is what?
Well, there isn't something like MySpace around, and everyone's getting quite bored of Facebook. You kind of have a more up-to-date version.
Really?
But if you make changes where people can customize it out, show their activities, send messages, it's not far off.
An answer to why people don't use playlists is maybe they don't care. So maybe you don't have something that is responsive to what the market requirement is. The other sort of point along there is if YouTube creates a play next button, what
If YouTube
create a play next button, which is a great little feature you have, what does that leave this product? Why would I use this rather than just using YouTube?
if you, I mean, the one thing is like you have to remember that YouTube's,
Which creates more and more awesome stuff all the time.
which is true, but the use cases for YouTube is for you to watch, to consume videos. They've tried to make it play. They've tried to make the playlist as as streamless, as seamless as possible with no avail. You can actually go and create a playlist right now on YouTube, which is they've been trying for the past how many years? 10 years they've been online right now, and it's not working. If they do that, obviously that would be a problem for us. However, there is such a big website that anything they do, any distortion they make will affect the whole dynamic of the website. They may use that because 90% of 16 to 24-year-olds use YouTube as a main source of listening to music online.
You could argue that their analytics aren't suggesting that people actually want to do more playlists.
Pardon a second?
You could say that their great analytics at Google aren't finding that people want to do more playlists.
You might be around that case, it's true. But from the feedback we've received from family and friends so far, they seem to basically like the idea that they can actually first of all aggregate, expand the results, and save it and listen to it seamlessly, especially from the video aspect as well.
Thanks very much, Theo. I really
thanks very much. Thanks.